Our final speaker tonight is Ben Patton. If you'd like to take your position, please, and speak.
Madam Mayor, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. I wish to make 3 points. This consultation document is not fit for purpose. This document reveals a shoddy value system. And thirdly, no one appears to be properly accountable for the document. The first point, the document is not fit for purpose. This document proposes to change the landscape of the borough by removing 16 out of 24 villages from the Green Belt. The arguments presented are that central government and economic growth require more houses. It does not follow that the Green Belt must be built on or ransacked. These arguments are not coherent or logical. Moreover, they are not supported by relevant evidence. The number of houses planned for is not specified. The transport plan has not even been completed. No strategy or figures for council houses is included in the document. Without these critical elements, the consultation is meaningless. The second point, the values represented by the document are rotten. Is it a genuine inquiry into public opinion? No. If it was, it would ask different questions of different constituencies. Instead, it asks the same leading questions of everyone. Is it an impartial examination of the facts? No. If it was, it would set out multiple options for a new town instead of just one. Does it show respect for the rule of law? No. If it did, it would set out the mandatory conditions which must be satisfied to change the Green Belt. Does the document take truth, goodness, or beauty seriously? No. The Green Belt is something it is prepared to sacrifice on the altar of the false god of economic growth. Economic growth means an increase in the money income of the borough. Money does not value the countryside or nature. Money does not measure truth, goodness, or beauty. Some things, like the Green Belt, are worth more than money. Who is accountable for this document? Not one borough councillor or one political party ran for election with a mandate to change the Green Belt. Leadership has been outsourced to hired hands working for some unaccountable consultancies.
30 seconds.
Are the executive and permanent officials accountable? It looks like councillors prefer to excuse the shortcomings of the consultation process rather than criticise it. Only four out of 48 councillors responded to the consultation document. And yet, this is the document that they expect the public to read, understand, and respond to. Councillors have failed the public.
Thank you. Councillor Denaja, would you... The 10th public speaker is Ben Patton.
Right. When councillors make a big decision, they are like jurors in a trial. Councillors must not delegate their judgment to the executive or abdicate their judgment to vested interests or to a consultant's process. There are 3 steps to forming a judgment. First, recognise that you have a choice. Then, use a fair process. And lastly, apply the right values. Recognise that you have a choice. Councillors do not have to accept one consultant's faulty analysis of a few statistics. The number of houses needed turns on which assumptions, data, and analysis are chosen. The consultants chose population statistics from a short, unrepresentative period, ignored the effect of students, ignored the effect of immigration policy, and then subjectively proposed a figure that was beyond the high end of their own range. Perhaps they were directed to do it. To avoid choice, accept the case for the prosecution. Blame third parties like central government. Be narrowly legalistic. Eliminate choice by dysfunctional incentives and you cause mistakes. The charge of the Light Brigade, the First World War, the Northern Rock, and, depending on your judgment, the Guildford Local Plan. Could councillors make this prospectus declaration? This SHMA is in accordance with the facts and does not omit anything likely to affect the import of such information. It is obvious they could not. Critical elements are omitted, faulty data is used. Process expands choice or eliminates choice. The way the evidence is collected, the type of analysis all affect the outcome. This process excluded critical issues. Its ambition was to achieve a high number. Lastly, apply the right values. Judgments are by definition value judgments. The Probity in Planning Code states all concerned must have complete confidence in the integrity and transparency of the system. We do not have complete confidence. Transparency. Councillor Mansbridge has written that large-scale development is required to procure grants from government. Implicitly, the executive is procuring infrastructure from developers in return for planning permissions. That's not transparent, that's wrong. Sustainability. Increasing the housing stock by 30% regardless of environment, green belt or infrastructure is not sustainable. Process, values and judgment have all been compromised. To quote Churchill, there are lies, there are damned lies, and then there are consultants' statistics.
The 11th public speaker is Helen Jeffries.